In this video, we're going to talk about something that's affecting many seniors right now: scams. Unfortunately, scammers are getting smarter and finding new ways to target older adults every single day. These scams are not just stealing money, they're taking away our peace of mind. I'm going to share 5 of the most common scams you need to watch out for and how you can protect yourself from falling victim. I'll even reveal one scam that could save you or someone you love from losing a lot of money. If you're ready to learn how to stay safe, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any important tips. 1. The tech support scam. Let's start with one of the most common scams you might have heard about: the tech support scam. This scam preys on the fear of computer issues and plays on the trust that many seniors place in technology. Here's how it works. You might get an unexpected phone call, an email, or even see a pop-up window on your computer screen. The message might say, "Your computer is infected with a dangerous virus," or "Your bank account has been compromised." These warnings are meant to scare you into taking action before thinking things through. The scammer will tell you that you need to fix the issue immediately by giving them access to your computer. They may claim to be from a well-known company, like Microsoft or Apple, and they'll sound professional and knowledgeable. They might even ask you to install software or allow them to control your computer remotely. Once they have access, they can steal your personal information, install malicious software, or even charge you for services that don't exist. Let me tell you about Harold's story. Harold is 78 years old. One day, while he was browsing the internet, he saw a pop-up message on his screen telling him that his bank account had been hacked. Panicked, he called the number on the screen, thinking he was talking to a trusted technician. The scammer told Harold to install a program so they could help him. Before Harold knew it, the scammer had full control of his computer. They convinced him to buy gift cards to pay for their services. A week later, Harold found out that over $3,000 had been stolen from his bank account, and his personal information was compromised. He felt embarrassed and violated. Sadly, Harold's story isn't unique. How to protect yourself. Be cautious of unsolicited calls or pop-ups. Never allow someone remote access to your computer unless you've initiated the contact. If you see a warning about a virus, don't act in fear. Take a moment to pause, check your computer, and call a trusted company directly. Don't pay for services through gift cards or untraceable methods. Tech support scams can be devastating, but by staying aware and following these tips, you can protect yourself from falling victim to this trap. 2. The Medicare and health insurance scam. Next, let's talk about another scam that has been spreading rapidly: the Medicare and health insurance scam. This one is especially cruel because it targets seniors at their most vulnerable, when they're worried about their health and financial security. These scammers pose as Medicare or health insurance representatives and try to steal your personal information or get you to pay for services that don't exist. How does it work? You might receive an unexpected phone call, email, or even someone might show up at your door claiming to be from Medicare or a health insurance provider. They may tell you that you qualify for free medical equipment or special discounts on medications. Or they might warn you that your Medicare benefits are at risk unless you confirm some personal details. These scammers might sound convincing because they often have some of your personal information, like your Medicare number or Social Security number, which they got from data breaches or other sources. They'll try to pressure you into giving them more sensitive details, like your bank account number, date of birth, or other personal information. Let me share Margaret's story. Margaret is 81 years old and lives on a fixed income. One day, she got a call from someone claiming to be a Medicare representative. They told her she qualified for a free diabetes monitor. Since Margaret had diabetes, she was thrilled and wanted to take advantage of the offer. The caller asked her to confirm her Medicare number and date of birth so they could process the request. A few days later, Margaret started receiving medical supplies she never ordered. She checked her Medicare statements and found out that scammers had billed thousands of dollars for services she never received. Margaret was devastated, not just by the financial loss, but by the violation of her trust. How to protect yourself. Medicare and legitimate insurance companies will never call, email, or visit your home asking for personal details or offering free services. Never share your Medicare number, Social Security number, or bank information over the phone unless you're sure the person is legitimate. If you get an unsolicited call offering something free, be skeptical. It's likely a scam. If you receive unexpected medical equipment or bills, check your statements and contact Medicare directly. These scammers are good at what they do, but you can protect yourself by being cautious and knowing what to look out for. 3. Online shopping and delivery scams. Now let's talk about online shopping and delivery scams, which have become more common, especially with the rise of online shopping. For many seniors, online shopping offers convenience, especially when mobility is limited or when you prefer the ease of having products delivered to your door. However, scammers have learned how to take advantage of this by setting up fake websites or sending fraudulent messages that seem legitimate. How do these scams work? Scammers often create websites that look like real, trustworthy online stores, complete with high-quality images, customer reviews, and secure-looking checkout pages. They advertise products at prices that seem too good to be true, like a discounted mobility aid or a limited-time offer on electronics. But once you make a purchase, the product never arrives, and the scammer disappears with your money. Sometimes, they may steal your credit card details, personal information, or both. Another common trick is phishing emails or text messages claiming that a delivery failed. These messages will urge you to click a link to reschedule your delivery or confirm your address. When you click the link, you're directed to a fake website where they can steal your information, or even install malware on your device. Here's a story about Robert, a 72-year-old retiree who loves gardening. While browsing online, Robert came across a website offering high-quality gardening tools at a great price. The site looked professional, and there were positive reviews from other customers. Excited about the deal, Robert placed an order for a set of ergonomic tools designed for seniors. Weeks passed, and nothing arrived. When Robert tried to contact customer service, the phone number was disconnected, and his emails bounced back. Then, he noticed unauthorized charges on his credit card. The scammers had not only taken his initial payment but had also used his financial information for additional fraudulent transactions. Robert felt betrayed and frustrated. How to protect yourself. Stick to reputable websites, like Amazon or Walmart, and check for customer reviews on trusted sites before buying. If you receive an email or text about a failed delivery, don't click any links. Instead, go directly to the retailer's official website or call their verified customer service number. Be cautious of prices that seem too good to be true. Compare them to reputable stores before making a purchase. Always use secure payment methods, like credit cards, which offer better fraud protection. If you receive items you didn't order or see unfamiliar charges on your bank statements, contact the retailer and your bank immediately. By staying vigilant and doing a little research, you can continue to enjoy the convenience of online shopping without falling victim to these scams. 4. Romance and companionship scam. Now, let's talk about one of the most emotionally damaging scams targeting seniors, the romance and companionship scam. This scam preys on the desire for companionship, something many older adults seek, especially those who have lost a spouse or are feeling isolated. Scammers know how to exploit these feelings, and unfortunately, they can leave victims not only financially drained but also emotionally scarred. How does this scam work? It typically begins on social media platforms, dating websites, or through unsolicited emails. The scammer creates a fake profile, often using stolen photos of attractive, well-dressed people, and a fabricated backstory that makes them seem trustworthy. They might pretend to be a doctor, military officer, or someone with shared interests. They'll spend weeks or months building a relationship, sending messages filled with kindness, empathy, and shared experiences, making the victim feel special. Once trust is built, the scammer starts to create a crisis. They might claim to be stuck overseas, facing a medical emergency, or needing money to visit the victim. They start by asking for small amounts of money, but over time, the requests grow larger. The victim believes they are helping a loved one and sends the money, sometimes without hesitation. Take Eleanor, a 74-year-old widow. She joined a social media platform to stay connected with friends and family. After a while, she received a message from a man claiming to be a retired military officer stationed overseas. He was kind, caring, and seemed to understand her grief over losing her husband. They shared daily messages, and Eleanor began to feel like she had found someone special. After 2 months of communication, the man told Eleanor that he was stranded in a foreign country and needed money to return home. Feeling a deep connection, Eleanor sent him $1,500 to help. Unfortunately, this was just the beginning. The requests continued, and over the next few months, Eleanor sent thousands of dollars. It wasn't until she started questioning his story and tried to reach out to him that she realized she had been scammed. Eleanor had lost over $10,000, and her emotional pain was even more devastating than the financial loss. How to protect yourself. Be cautious of online relationships, especially if you've never met the person in real life. Watch for signs like reluctance to meet in person or avoid video calls. Scammers often make excuses like being too busy or too far away. Never send money to someone you haven't met in person, no matter how convincing their story may seem. Always consult with family or close friends before sending money to someone you've met online. Report suspicious profiles to the platform's administrators and to the authorities. While seeking companionship online can be positive, it's crucial to be aware of these tactics. Scammers can cause deep emotional harm, but by staying alert and skeptical, you can protect yourself from falling into this trap. 5. Investment and prize scam. Lastly, let's discuss a type of scam that can be especially tempting for seniors, the investment and prize scam. These scams promise life-changing wealth or exciting rewards but leave victims with nothing but loss and disappointment. Seniors, particularly those on fixed incomes or looking to secure their financial future, are prime targets for these fraudsters. There are 2 main types of investment and prize scams. The first is the investment scam, where scammers reach out via phone calls, emails, or even online ads, promoting can't-miss investment opportunities. These might include high-yield stocks, real estate deals, or the latest cryptocurrency venture. The scammer will pressure you to invest right away, claiming that the opportunity is time-sensitive and guaranteed to bring in huge returns. The reality? These investments are either non-existent or worthless, and the scammer disappears with your money. The second type is the prize scam. In this case, you receive an unsolicited message, phone call, or letter claiming that you've won a large lottery, sweepstakes, or even a luxury prize, like a car or a vacation. The catch? In order to claim your prize, you need to pay upfront fees for taxes, processing, or shipping. Legitimate contests never ask winners to pay anything to claim their prize, but scammers know that the excitement of winning clouds judgment and convinces many people to pay. Let me share Frank's story. Frank is a 69-year-old grandfather who occasionally buys lottery tickets. One day, he received a call from someone claiming to represent an international lottery. The caller congratulated Frank on winning $500,000 and gave him official-sounding details, like a badge number and promised paperwork. To claim his prize, Frank was told he had to wire $3,000 to cover international taxes. Eager for his big win, Frank sent the money. But when he tried to contact the lottery company, he found the number was disconnected. Eventually, he realized it was all a scam. Frank lost $3,000, money he could not afford to lose, and was left feeling humiliated and disappointed. How to protect yourself. Never invest in anything that promises guaranteed returns with no risk. All legitimate investments come with some level of risk. Be wary of high-pressure tactics. Scammers often rush you into making decisions quickly. Never pay upfront fees to claim a prize, especially for lotteries or sweepstakes you didn't enter. If you're offered an investment opportunity or prize, take the time to research it. Verify the company or organization through trusted sources like the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, or the Better Business Bureau. Always consult with a licensed financial advisor before making any large investments, and avoid making decisions based on excitement or fear. Investment and prize scams are devastating because they often target your hopes and dreams. But by staying cautious and taking the time to verify everything, you can protect your hard-earned money from these manipulative schemes. We've covered a lot of ground today, talking about 5 common scams that are targeting seniors right now: the tech support scam, the Medicare and health insurance scam, online shopping and delivery scams, romance and companionship scams, and investment and prize scams. These scams are dangerous, but the good news is that awareness is the key to protecting yourself. The more you know about how these scams work, the better you can avoid them. Remember, scammers thrive on fear, urgency, and the emotional trust that seniors often extend to others. But by staying informed, questioning unsolicited offers, and talking to trusted family or friends before making any major decisions, you can safeguard your money and your peace of mind. Please take a moment to reflect on what we've discussed. Have you encountered any of these scams? Or maybe you've heard of someone who has fallen victim to one. I encourage you to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. It's important for us to stay connected and help each other out. The more we talk about these issues, the less likely it is that someone else will fall for these traps. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more helpful tips. Your support allows us to continue making content that empowers seniors like you to stay safe and live with confidence. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and I'll see you in the next video.